from Service Manager Magazine, and I'm here with Rachel Spatz and Daniel Kinsel. Did I say that right?
That's correct.
Okay, at NinjaRMM. All right, guys, so welcome.
Thank you.
You're here at Pink20 this week. Why is this conference important to you guys?
Well, as the premier ITSM event, being at Pink20 allows us to get in front of Ninja users and customers, hear what they love, what they think that we can improve on, and hearing that customer feedback is very important to Ninja. We incorporate those voices and those opinions into our development cycle.
Yeah.
So being at Pink20 allows us to do that, and obviously we're trying to schedule demos and raise awareness.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And obviously Pink20 has a pretty big emphasis on best practices like ITIL. What impact do those practices have on the features that you build into your tool?
Yeah, so NinjaRMM integrates with various service desk software, ticketing and PSAs. So we have a big impact on the user's experience with those tools. From within Ninja, you can set up and optimize and create alerts that translate into tickets, into whatever ticketing tool you've chosen to go with. And you can set up those alerts to alert you through email, text, push notifications. So it's really, we provide that full life cycle of problem, ticket, remediation.
Yeah, okay, excellent. And I know that NinjaRMM targets MSPs, you also target internal IT customers. How are their tool needs different?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we've kind of noticed, traditionally we've been selling with MSPs, right? But understanding now that the corporate IT needs are a little different because it's an internal process that you're trying to, obviously always get a little bit better, remediate, but as technology grows, so does cyber attacks and internal problems. That having an internal team is almost like a subdivision of the business, right? So it's imperative that that division of the business is functioning at an optimal level so it can service the other departments of the company. So I think improving business productivity and efficiency, having those tools that you can essentially be proactive before a server goes down or an incident, having that proactiveness, I should say, is something Ninja really focuses on the corporate IT. Where with MSPs, you're managing a service for your clients, right? So it's a little bit different in regards to just knowing your internal problem versus managing someone else's. But that business productivity, improving those a solution for that productivity is what Ninja solves.
Okay,
that's very nice.
All right. So the IT industry, of course, is infamous for rapid change. How do you keep up with that as a tool vendor?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, and you're absolutely right. I think IT professionals and MSPs are feeling this especially right now. With all of the new, well, they may not be considered new anymore, but with all these beautiful consumer apps that are on our phones and our laptops, Slack, Uber, Facebook, I think the expectations for your software experience and your technology experience, I think those expectations are higher for people now, and it's strange that we think that should stop at the door of your work, and you come into the office and you are fine with using legacy software when the software that you're using, the technology you're using outside of the workplace is so much more intuitive and easy to use and beautiful and fast. And fortunately for Ninja, those are our core tenets. Beautiful design, easy to use, UX, and intuitive.
Right.
So our CEO is a product guy at heart and believes and has actually designed our entire product and how it looks.
Okay.
He has built various other successful MSP software companies in the MSP space. So he knew what was missing for MSPs and IT professionals, and that was a B2B software that lived up to the expectations of our consumer technology. And that's what we try to provide people with Ninja, is it shouldn't have to be a clunky. Business software should not have to be clunky and hard to use. We want to incorporate the beautiful UX and the other experiences you're getting with your consumer technology on your phone and your computer every day.
Yeah, no, and I think users have come to expect that. They don't accept excuses from IT anymore about limitations and features. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Okay, so looking ahead to 2020 here, what can we expect from NinjaRMM?
Yeah, well, last year was a very exciting year. We grew our engineering team about 60%. Yeah, and it's already starting to pay off. We already had our first big release of the year, and I think in 2020 we have ramped up our release cadence. So we're hoping to have even more releases than we did in 2019, which was a lot. And we have some big partner and product news that will be announced this year, which I can't give much detail into right now. But all I'll say is stay tuned. Yeah.
So what are your biggest takeaways from the conference this week? And I'll give you each a turn to respond.
Sure.
Yeah. I think from my end, so ITIL, I've been learning more about that framework, and so I've been after answering questions for people that stop by our booth, I've been asking them, what their biggest challenges have been with rolling out or implementing ITIL in their organization. And I've received a few different answers, issues and challenges around convincing executives on cost, ripping out existing open source solutions that they have been using forever, and those are free, and so it's difficult to then convince, I'm sure, your CFO that you want to pay for a software and to convince them how it's going to better the business. The other one I've been hearing a lot is legacy systems. Everyone is, not everyone, but most people are using a lot of legacy systems and they're hesitant to mess with them. But I think there are some people that are very curious and interested in moving to the cloud. Obviously that varies by industry.
Yeah.
And the third one, which was most interesting to me, is people are coming up and saying that, my business is growing rapidly, which is great. That's wonderful, but they are finding it difficult to keep up with those big picture strategies and frameworks like ITIL, while also trying to find, hire, and train IT staff and IT technicians, because those day-to-day IT tasks still need to be done. Those employees still need to come into work every day and open their computer and expect things to work. It's so intuitive. It's I don't have a technical background, but I'm just a marketer, and I've been able to figure it out. And it really is. We want to solve that problem of onboarding.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Daniel?
Yeah, to be honest, to piggyback a little bit on that, I think it's just the awareness of a tool like RMMs are out there, let alone Ninja being out there. But yeah, there's a lot of conversations that we've had. It's still Microsoft SCCM dependent, Windows Server Update dependent. So I think having those conversations so far is showing them what Ninja can do, and we always get, wow, it does all of this.
Yeah.
So I think just the overall understanding that there's tools like this out there in the market that are available, I think can definitely keep going to shows like this, helps the overall industry just learn and educate, which I think that's very important. And then I think also understanding the demographic of customers. We've spoken to a lot of big universities, colleges, I think, just where it gets a little complicated when you're talking tens of thousands of devices that you're in charge of monitoring and managing. Going back to Rachel's point, you need an easier way that you can have technicians that come in, see every device, see the health status, get them online, ensure they're running at an optimal level. So I think that conversation has surprised me a little bit, that there's not more knowledge and people using RMM tools today. But yeah, that's why we come to these shows, so we can preach the gospel.
We'll definitely be back here next year.
Yeah.
It's been a great show. Yeah.
That's wonderful. All right, guys. Well, thanks for spending time with me and letting us understand your product a little bit better.
Of course.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Signing off.